Good morning, Rotarians. Thank you for joining us. This club meeting is called to order. Hey, shortly I'll be sharing my screen and leading us through a fun presentation to direct the conversation. Periodically, I'll bring that screen share down so we can see each other's beautiful and friendly faces and engage in more dialogue. Family and friends are always welcome to attend our club meetings, so don't hesitate to invite someone like, say, maybe that road construction crew that's working across the street from your office right now. Feel free to speak out as you would in an in-person meeting, but if you're not using your microphone, be sure to put yourself on mute, or maybe I'll do it at the cost of a club fine. Well, welcome everybody to the Fortuna Sunrise Rotary Club meeting for April 21st of 2021, and that's volume 42 of my presidential year. We have an amazing Rotary Club, and I'm so thankful to be a part of it. And at that, we'll introduce some guests that we have out there. Let's see, scan the room. We've got Laura Morris this morning from Coast Central Credit Union joining us. Good morning, Laura.
Morning.
Everybody's applauding. That's what the finger waving is, so. All right, nice to have you. And let's see, I see a whole bunch of outstanding Rotarians. Outstanding Rotarians, cool. Let's keep it moving. Sure, okay. So if I can go to the next slide. Normally at this time we would be doing the flag salute, but as some of us may not be wearing pants this morning, why not a little bit of American history lesson? Did you know that on this day, April 21st in 1962, the Space Needle opened on this day? And it was an icon in Seattle that was an observation tower for the 1962 World's Fair, and it drew over 2.3 million visitors. Nearly 20,000 people a day used its elevators. Pretty fantastic. And the inspirational message, and I think this is cross-generational, but here it goes. Our generation has the ability and the responsibility to make our ever more connected world a more hopeful, stable, and peaceful place. And I think that is our job as Rotarians. And next I'm going to call on Keith Borges. So start unmuting yourself, my friend, to do the four-way test this morning. Keith,
Certainly,
you are ready, sir.
Certainly, Simon. Happy to do so. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendship? And will it be beneficial to all concerned?
There you go. Thank you, Keith. Let's see, we've got no general announcements, but I do have this. Fortuna Sunrise Rotary Club is all fired up. Yeah, so what are we all fired up about? Our club has decided that the Fortuna Volunteer Fire Department is a great cause for our fundraising efforts this year. So how do we raise funds in this current world that we're living? Well, a pickup dinner coupled together with a virtual event on Saturday, May 22nd. Simultaneously, we'll also be doing a non-perishable food drive for our friends at Food for People. And the food will be prepared and distributed right here in Fortuna at the fire department with the help of our local firefighters. Later that night, we'll have a virtual event, an auction that will be hosted by Carl Johnson Company, and also a bingo game. And that will take place virtually over Zoom. And it's really coming together. We'll start plugging our awesome and amazing sponsors we've started to acquire. That's probably this next meeting here, and put them into the promotions, and tickets are getting selling. People are hitting the streets. I appreciate all of your hard work. I guess I'll bring it down. Is there any, I know we've been having meetings, everybody's been meeting all the time, but is there any things that people want to report back? Anything you want to bring before the group of awesome individuals here before we move on? And that's okay.
It's currently available, Simon?
What's that? I think, well, we don't have the printed versions of them, but you can buy tables and you know, sponsorships and tickets. Yes, we'll have the printed tickets this Friday.
How are they available?
Well, that's a darn good question. I think what's happened in the past is, for at least the seafood boils, the tickets sell out pretty quick because of the like table sponsors. In this case, it'll be like a battalion sponsor. They'll buy basically a group of dinners, and through the sponsors and club members. And after that, there's usually a small number of tickets. So I know in years past, we've been hesitant to like have them at certain locations or too many locations in case we sell out. I don't know if that's going to be the case. We've got 300 tickets to sell. I think we're off and running, but so we'll have to make that decision if we're actually going to have them in place in the next week or so. We'll probably talk about that Friday morning for all my major fundraiser committee folks. But yeah. Once the tickets are in hand, we'll talk about where we're going to distribute them at. And then if we do have locations, I will make announcements every meeting along with our sponsors and all that good stuff. Cool. Any other questions? Great question.
Borges isn't doing anything now. He can sell him out of his office.
Yeah, he's laughing at that.
I think, Simon, those folks who are event sponsors, auction sponsors, or have purchased full tables, as we have done in the past, I think we'll deliver those packets of tickets to those individuals.
Yeah, this is definitely like a boots on the ground thing. So we really want to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy, especially because we're not able to all get together in the same room and party up like normal. Sweet. Thanks, everybody.
And as a quick update on that, speaking of sponsors, thank you to Laura Morris, who's with us today from Coast Central. They've just agreed to be an event sponsor for our activity. So thank you on that, Laura.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, okay. Super. Any other big sponsors confirmed now that we want to just do a little name plug for? Or I know we were talking, I think talked to our friends also at Tri-Counties Bank. They're also a sponsor, right, Chris? And any other mentions here? I'm like loosely affiliated with the auction sponsor crew, so you might have a better temperature on that. Bob Judavon.
Bob's got his hand on.
Simon, ALSB is in as a table sponsor, as is Edward Jones, Keith and Hack. Awesome.
Cool. This is our outstanding community. Everybody's just stepping up. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Okay. Well, I won't linger here too long. Can you tell I'm kind of stalling? Okay, so let's talk about one of our kind of cornerstone service things that we do, and that is backpacks for kids. It is our partnership with Food for People, and it's something that we do to get food in the hands of folks that have food insecurities, especially youth. And so we pack these backpacks. They're actually paper bags full of food Wednesday today, and then we put those out to the schools, and those go home with folks that may not have enough food to get them through the weekend, and maybe some of their best meals are those school lunches. So it's a really cool program. And this week we've got Buster and Lori Garrison, Jeannie Weiss, and Sharon Binda all working together. Next week, April 28th, Debbie and Jim Scaife, Shirley Lipa, and Jeannie Weiss. So we got some rock stars that are always helping us out there. Cool. Is there any folks from our group that have any announcements, events, anything coming up that you want to shamelessly promote? Now's your time. John Sapper.
Quick announcement. Very happy to announce that we have, as of yesterday, a new little baby granddaughter in the family.
Oh, awesome.
Which is great fun. And
congratulations.
Mom and Dad live in Louisville, and they're doing well. So that was a great day yesterday. So what I'd like to do is I'll go ahead and like to put $100 into the Foundation for Polio.
Awesome. Right on. Thank you so much, John. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You betcha.
One other comment I'd like to give a shout out.
Please.
That really we haven't seen talked about here in the community this last year, but I think it deserves some recognition. And that's Seth McGrath and his role on the Fortuna Union High School board. Almost a year ago, the Fortuna High board made the decision to maintain in-person instruction for students this year. That was a very bold decision that was battling winds in the face, if you will, nationally, statewide, and even locally for folks that were advocating of shutting the entire education system down. And hindsight clearly shows that decision by the Fortuna High Board to maintain in-person instruction option for students was the absolute right decision. And so I just wanted to publicly say thanks, Seth, for your leadership on that board and the board in doing what was in the best interest of kids here in Fortuna. So thank you for that.
Thank you, John.
Thank you. Yeah. As somebody who's working in the school system that made that decision, it was a good decision. I'm thankful for it. It wasn't an easy one for sure. But it's been a challenging year, but a good year. And we're almost to the end of it. 5 more weeks left. But what teacher is counting right now? None of us. We're just so fun. No, I love my job. I'm joking. Yes. Here we go. Well, anybody else? Announcements? Oh, Kurt.
I was not in attendance last week. We took the RV and went down the coast to Manchester Beach, Point Arena, down that way. So I missed the meeting, so I need to pay you $20.
$20 for a missed meeting. Okay. Awesome.
Hey, Kurt, you're in the Century Club, so would you like to pass that on to someone, or would you like to give that to the foundation or to Polio Plus?
Well, there's somebody that's not in the Century Club?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Like, for instance, an aforementioned Seth McGrath is on the climb.
Okay. I'll put it towards Seth, please. He's an amazing guy.
Agreed.
You know, speaking of Seth, I think he should be recognized. He took a week or so and took his kids fishing. Man, I saw so many fish pictures. It was unreal. That's
Really?
just a great thing in itself. Oh, yeah.
Geez, Seth, fishing. I mean,
Yes, I took a week trip with my kids, and we caught a ton of fish and had a great time camping. So yeah. So how far am I away, Ross?
Oh, Ross is muted.
If you were to add another 25, you would be in the Century Club.
Well, why don't we go ahead and do that?
Woo! Hot dog. There we go.
I'll match Kurt's generous donation for my 20, and I'll put 20 towards polio.
Look at that. Oh, man. What? You guys are on fire this morning. Or maybe that's just me. Oh, boy.
Simon.
Oh, Heather. And Greg.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey,
So-
Sharon, please.
I flaked on the fundraiser meeting on Friday.
Okay.
Forgot until I saw your wife on another Zoom meeting later in the day. So whatever I have left to get to the Century Club.
Oh,
Here also.
dang. Okay. What? Ross Ferrari. What would that be? The finger's gone up. The tallies, he's figuring this out on an abacus, so it takes a little bit more time.
And the sundial hasn't lined up yet.
Okay.
Heather, $19 more and you will be in the Century Club.
19.
Done.
Interesting number. Cool. Right on. Goodness, I'm ringing this bell a lot this morning. Yeah. All right, Greg, Dr. Greg Bartow, I thought I saw your hand up there. Well, did you want to share something? Too?
My youngest daughter, Laura, is turning 8 on Friday. So that's $8.
$8. We'll take it. Thank you, sir. All right. Anybody else? A hand up? Oh, Mr. Scott Downey. Look at this. And Keith Borges. You guys are outstanding. Keep it going. Keep it going. Who wants to go first? Scott?
I know Keith has got big announcements, but I don't have anything to compare with what he's going to come up with, really, especially in terms of dollars, but I'll try. You guys recall last Christmas, I announced that my daughter nearly buggered out on me with a brain injury from an accident. And just last week, She was released from and declared fully recovered by her brain surgeon and all her therapists and got a job and is now working. So
Oh, man.
back in Ohio.
Wow.
So I'll put $100 in.
Oh, congratulations, Scott. That's such wonderful news. Outstanding. Oh,
Scott,
For the support.
Scott, I'm gonna put that towards the foundation.
Okay, sure. Yeah, we got to close that loop at some time too, Ross. Yeah.
all right. Well, Keith, how do you follow that one up, buddy?
Hey, Simon, this is
Yes,
Keith.
sir. Yeah.
So it looked like Kurt and Heather were setting the bar pretty high by finding for a missed meeting, since I have had my share of missed meetings lately. So I believe, if I can believe the spreadsheet that our wonderful treasurer sent out a week or so ago, I think I'm $50 from the Century Club. So I will contribute that to make up for all my lost meetings.
Just for lost meetings. Holy moly. All right. Keith Borges in the Century Club. Gosh, I got to just ring this so much. I haven't seen so many people pass the bar in one meeting. This is amazing. Anybody else? Gosh. Sharing time. Oh, Bob Judavine. I see a hand up. You got anything?
Hey, good morning, everybody. So last week, two things. Last week, I celebrated my 40th anniversary with my adorable wife, and I moved my daughter and her two babies back from Boise. So it was a big week at our house. So I'd like to put $50 towards polio.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, Bob. Congratulations on that wedding anniversary, moving the kids around. I did a move closer, I assume.
Move to Humboldt, yeah.
Woo! All right, cool. Be easier to drive than Idaho, although Idaho's really nice too.
To visit.
Yeah, to visit. What was it? What was that movie? Was it Richard Pryor? What are we gonna do? Move to Boise, Idaho. Anybody remember that? 80s. Okay, maybe I'm the only one. No. All right. Well, I've got a little bit of tomfoolery before we hand it over to our program this week. So let's get into it. All right. Weekly recognition. So each week I'm recognizing members. Sometimes I draw a little drawing of them. Sometimes I do some fun little photoshopping. And sometimes I just share photos that I may have come across. And wow, did I come across an interesting one. I want to know more. Sal Kenichi. 14 gallons. 14 gallons of what? Sal, you got to tell us more here. I'm so curious about this.
Jack Daniels.
14 gallons of Jack Daniels in one night? That would turn your hair gray?
No, that's my photo at the blood bank. I actually hadn't even seen it yet because I've been donating at the little mobile units that go around and try and hit them over at Redwood Capital Bank when they're there. But I'm past 14 gallons now. But anyway, that's what they do is if you donate that much, they put your picture on the wall.
Look at that. And a San Francisco Giants fan, no less, too.
Really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What could you tell?
You were doubled up that day. So 14. So how long did that take you? I'm curious.
Oh, I've been donating since I was in my 20s, but for the first half of that period, I was living over in the Redding area, and it was a different blood bank. So I'm probably over 30 gallons by now, but this is just with the our local blood bank. So this is just since 92.
Now, do you have like a schedule? Do you do it every so many months, 6 months or something? Or is it just like, after Costco? Or?
Yeah, you're only allowed to donate, I think it's every 6 to 8 weeks. You have to have time to recover and build back up your blood cells and so forth. And so I donate and then they let me know when I can donate again. And if I don't come in on the day, they start calling me. They love my O positive. But it's one of those things I like to do. It makes me feel good to think I may have helped someone who was injured or undergoing surgery and so forth. And I know a lot of our other Rotarians donate as well. So just something we do.
Yeah, that's outstanding. I mean, it's hard to find you for that. I mean, I'm gonna ask Ross, how close is Sal? Is he there already to the Century?
Well, he's $20 away.
$20 away and 14.
Well, okay. In light of my 14 gallons and the fact that I also missed a meeting last week, I was in Corvallis, Oregon, helping my boys move out of the dorms, and so I was kind of laying low while everybody else was fessing up to missing the meeting. So $20 it is.
$20. He's made it to the Century Club. Ow! Oh man, I'm just ringing this bell this morning. Holy moly. Wow.
Sal, Don Jewett here. I just want to know, does giving all that blood, does that account for your very young looking skin?
I'm not sure how to answer that one, Don. But thanks for noticing.
Okay.
It accounts for the big divot in my arm.
Hey, Don, was that a line from Silence of the Lambs?
A little creepy.
I stuck that up on my own, Ross.
Well,
it's all about my beautiful hair.
Beautiful hair and creepy. That kind of, I think that brings us to our next little acknowledgement here. You know, I found, sometimes we come across pictures of Rotarians when they're younger, Anybody ever see this photo? Who's that? Anybody recognize this long-haired gentleman?
Looks like Dave Grohl underneath there.
Dave Grohl. Actually, it's another Kurt,
Oh,
Yeah.
Meatloaf. It's
Got it.
Meatloaf.
It's
Kurt Weiss
It's Kurt Weiss.
with a
Kurt,
photoshopped head of hair.
We already hit you this morning, but I photoshopped your face on Kurt Cobain because another famous Kurt, of course. But this is just this is kind of like one of those imaging things. What would Kurt look like if he grew out his hair? Do you have anything to say about this picture? Should I pull it down now? You're in the Century Club, I think, right?
Yeah, that was taken up a few years ago.
A few years ago.
That's pretty amazing. I don't know. I'm speechless.
Good.
Actually, my hair is very curly.
It's very curly. Okay.
Yeah. I've had my hair that long before.
Okay. What time in your life was that? Like, how old were you?
Well, it was probably 45 years ago.
45 years ago, and you said it was curly. So did you have a little bit of a fro going?
Yeah, I did. I had a big one.
Big one. Did
Yeah.
you put any like product in that thing to keep it shiny?
Nope, all natural.
All natural. Just
All
for
my
the
friends, that was the style then, and all my friends went and had theirs curled.
Oh,
They got perms.
got perms. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't
So-
need one.
So Kurt, did you star on Room 222?
Maybe.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in grammar school, it was perms, but also with mullets. It was
Yes.
it was the mullet in the back with the perm.
Yeah.
And I thought this hairstyle will never come back. And then lo and behold, 2021 hit and the mullets are back in swing. Anyway, I thought that was funny. We already hit you pretty good this morning, so no fine for that.
Oh.
Yeah. But it was all in the sake of fun, right?
Yeah, that was good.
Cool. All
Send me
right.
a picture.
Yeah, I will send you the picture.
Yeah, please.
All right. I'll email it over.
I can have some fun with that.
There you go.
All right, thank you.
Put it on a Christmas card or something like that. Well, I think it's about that time to hand it over to our program chair this week, Aaron Dunn, who will introduce this week's program. And just behind the scenes stuff, Ross, I've got you set up so you can screen share as well for this, okay?
All right, thank you, President Simon. It's my pleasure to introduce this morning Ivan Brownell from Tech Home Innovations. He is the go-to guy in Humboldt County and probably beyond for sound and other things if you are doing construction, but he's also a volunteer with the Fortuna Vets and has been working on the Vets Hall. And I know that's not the right name, Ivan, so please forgive me, but I think it's the Veterans Memorial Building. And they took one of their rooms, that front part, and have turned it into something he's going to show us. We do events there. Lots of community members do events there. So I thought you might find it interesting to see what's been going on there. I'm sure you've seen the construction on the outside. And so I'm going to turn it over to Ivan to tell us more. Thanks for joining us this morning, Ivan.
Hey, thanks, Aaron. So, yeah, the Fortuna VET'S Hall, the Fortuna Memorial Building, has kind of been a long project. I ended up joining the American Legion. Actually, I think I kind of got swindled into joining the American Legion about 5 years ago from Rhett Imperial. And there was a canteen, which is what we call it, for a bar, up front in the building. It's always been there. Since the building was built there, and it was in bad shape. There you go. There's a picture of it. There was a hot water heater in there, and that hot water heater had been leaking for, I don't even know how many years. And the floor was kind of rotten out behind the bar. And we, kind of took it on our own to hey, we need to open this thing back up, give a place for these younger vets to go hang out and do stuff. And so we tore into it, talked to the county. County wasn't really that responsive for quite a while on it. I fought with them for probably just a little over 3 years, trying to get the funding and so on to renovate this. They wouldn't allow us to actually do it because it's a county-owned building. So they allowed us to actually tear it apart for them, but that was about as far as it went. And then once we got it tore down, it actually sat there, probably just almost like that, for probably a good year, maybe even longer. Just trying to, get the funds to handle it and trying to get the county to actually do something with it. Finally, it got awarded to Adams ACGC Construction, and this is the plans, or this is what happened. I mean, they started building it and everything. It's all ADA approved. We went through and we got our alcohol license. That's all said and done. It's an air-conditioned room, which is pretty nice. It's like the only air-conditioned room in the whole building. I've got a bunch of generous donations from a bunch of, some of the local businesses. Some of the my contacts I have in the industry. So we had Bose Professional. They donated, they donated a big stereo, speakers and amplifiers and all that kind of stuff to it. I had another company that's called Just Add Power that does video, and I got them to actually do a donation for all the video type switching and everything in there. A local guy, Jeremy Kurtz, donated the redwood table that you see that was in there. He actually built the other 3 round tables for us, and they're all redwood slabs. At this point, it kind of sits right now. We haven't really been doing anything with it yet because there's the table that Kurtz built. But we haven't really been doing anything with it until this whole COVID thing kind of gets over with. And our plan is to get it open back up, get the bar stocked up. It's a members only type thing, members and guests really. So, we're definitely excited about it, but at this point we're just kind of waiting. So, and that's literally how it sits right now. So I don't know if you have some questions or anything about this, or what do you want to know?
Hey, Ivan, I have a question. How is it that the county owns the building? That's very interesting.
So back in, I want to say 1930, I have all the paperwork and everything for it. So back in 1932 or something, the city of Fortuna, which it wasn't even the city of Fortuna at the time, it was the town of Fortuna, donated the land to the county to actually build a vets building. When at the time it was actually called the American Legion building. And they constructed it for, I believe, $45,000 back then. And yeah, so literally the city of Fortuna, right in the very center, the county owns that lot. And the city of Fortuna is who donated it to it. So it's kind of a real pain. All the vets hall the county owns. So I think the only one in our district for the Legion, for the American Legion district, is, I believe, Hoopaw is the only one that the county doesn't own because it's on a reservation. So
Yeah, I think that's a fact that not many people know. They just assume that veterans of foreign wars own the building.
No, actually, the veterans of foreign war, they weren't involved until later. So the VFW technically is kind of they're not really the primary there. It's the American Legion is the primary there. And the Veterans Foreign War is kind of more of the secondary, because literally in the deed and everything of the building, it actually says American Legion building and so on. So it's kind of got some pretty interesting history to it. So, but the VFW was a lot more active than the Legion was. And that's changing now that we've got a lot of younger members involved and so on. We're trying to get the American Legion a little more, out in the public. So
It looks like the floor was really rotting underneath the bar.
it was. Yeah, it definitely was. It was kind of a hazard. The building's actually in not that great a shape. The meeting hall that's for the VFW and the American Legion, the roof actually was leaking, and the meeting hall ceiling was starting to collapse. And I really kind of got on the county about that one, because our biggest thing is we didn't want that building to start, in a sense, developing black mold and get, in a sense, condemned, because that's what happened to Garberville. The county wasn't doing their maintenance, and they ended up having a roof leak. It ended up going throughout the building. They got black mold, and then they had to actually condemn the building. So now the Garberville VFW and American Legion doesn't even have a building. So, we were really concerned about losing our building because of the same thing. And we didn't really think that the city of Fortuna would like that too much either, because you'd have a condemned building right in the middle of town.
I have a quick question, Ivan. I know it's a private club attached to the building that is rentable. Is this space rentable, or is that an ABC issue?
Well, it is, but we have to go do a additional license to rent it out. And actually it ties the entire building together. So we just have to pay like a 1-day type thing. If we get a caterer's license, which, if everything goes well, eventually we will get a caterer's license, and then we can actually have that place part of it. Our vision for the building is to create kind of like an Elks Club in Eureka. We would like to fence off the back half of the property and do like a beer garden back there, and kind of start, cleaning things up. Right there where that table is, that window, is actually designed to where we can actually pull that out and do, you know, some French doors or a sliding glass door or something like that, to where it can go out to a deck area. That's kind of our plan next, but we need to fence off the building. So.
Ivan, John Thapper here. Are there any plans to renovate the kitchen?
There is. When that's going to happen, I don't know. We've been on the county about that too. The kitchen's very old. It's not a certified kitchen. I mean, it doesn't even really meet the standards for the county health, but you know, we're kind of in the hands of the county. You know, I would definitely urge everybody to harass their supervisor about helping our building out. You know, we've done what we can do, and it only goes so far. You know, Estelle was helpful with it. Rex is, you know, it's not even Rex's district, but Rex has been a lot of help with it. So, you know, we're trying to kind of do one section at a time. The bathrooms are horrible. I mean, they look like they were still from the 30s. You know, they're disgusting. So our plan is we'd like to get those renovated. The meeting room that, you know, the vets actually use, it's in bad shape. They did fix the ceiling, they did fix the roof, you know, but the carpet and everything that's in there is in really bad shape. It stinks. It just needs to be pulled out. There is hardwood floor underneath everything. So we're hoping that maybe we can pull the carpet out, maybe get that hardwood refinished. I'm not really sure. But you know, it's
The county owns the land. Does the county also own the building? Or
county owns the land and the building.
And the building, okay.
Yep. So, which is kind of weird because the city of Fortuna owns the little strip that's right there between Hunan's and the VET'S Hall, which it's really weird to me that they actually allowed, the city of Fortuna actually allowed Hunan's to have their front entrance to their building and the parking to be on city property, instead of making them actually use the other side of the building, which is what Hunan's actually owns. So it's kind of been a little pain for us because, you know, we don't have parking really, just because of that situation. I actually have seen the lease, the city of Fortuna leases back that little strip to Hunan's. I don't even remember, it was like a couple $100 or something like that a month or something. I don't even remember if it was that much, to have that parking. But, you know, it kind of limits us on our parking because they actually use a lot of our parking. So we're in the process of probably getting some signs made and stuff like that, and having that changed around to where they quit using all the parking right in front of our building. So.
Hey, Ivan, if you were to open this up to a membership idea like the Elks Lodge or any kind of lodge, I've noticed other buildings are having to do that. The Swiss Hall over in Beatrice is a perfect example. They were dying. They were down to the last 4 members and getting older. And they had to open their membership to anyone non-Swiss. And the reason was just for the preservation of the building. Can the American Legion open up to, even as a side auxiliary, a membership for the preservation of the building?
No. And the reason being is the American Legion and the VFW is a national organization. And it's actually kind of interesting. The American Legion is technically still kind of a service. They're like the militia in a sense, which is kind of a weird way of putting it. But the American Legion actually could get called back if there was a big issue, to war, which would be kind of interesting because there's a bunch of very old members in there. But there is auxiliaries. So there's the women's auxiliary. And that's just if your, husband is, a veteran or, so on. There is Sons of the Legion, which would be if your father or grandfather was a veteran, then you can actually be a member of the Sons. So we do have some kind of auxiliaries that you can join. I'm not
But
entirely
no daughters?
Sure. What's
No
that?
daughters, no daughters, just sons.
And I think that's the case. I think you can go to the women's auxiliary. I know it's kind of a big thing that even like us, in the Fortuna area have kind of complained about. It's like, wait, why is there not a daughters? Why is there only a sons? So we're hoping that maybe national will change that around. I mean, I'm sure the way the world's going right now, they're going to have to. But I think you can join the women's auxiliary for that purpose.
I think those auxiliaries would be a good funding source, but if you're saying the sons and grandsons and the women's auxiliary, those would be your club basis for fundraising.
Yeah, and they are. The funny part is nobody really realizes it, but Fortuna is the largest American Legion post in in the district. And when I say district, the American Legion district is Mendocino, Humboldt, and Del Norte. So the Fortuna is the largest. We have like 150 members or something like that. So, and they've continued to be the largest for the long time, which is why we've kind of been pushing for our building so much, because we are the largest American Legion organization in our district. So.
Hey, Ivan, what about just as somebody who's done live music in there, and I know you've set up sound systems in a lot of event centers around here. What about the elephant in the room to anybody audio related? Acoustics in that main hall room. Is there any plans of I don't know, putting some kind of dampening thing in there, or it's got a lot of echo?
Yeah, there's not. I agree with you there. There's not a lot of plans for doing any kind of acoustic treatment in there, just because of the aesthetics of the building being, all old growth redwood and stuff like that. There is a housing committee, and I'm part of that housing committee. What it involves is it involves 3 members from the American Legion and 3 members from the VFW. And we actually, have a substantial amount of money that was donated. I don't even know when, before I got there, from the Goebel family.
Max Goebel.
So they, we actually have money that we have been trying to upgrade things on the building. And there is a electronics upgrade going to be happening to the building whenever I seem to get the time, because I'm donating that. So, we did get Bose to donate some more stuff for the building. So we are planning on putting projectors in there. We are planning on putting sound in there. We are planning on putting, microphones and stuff like that. So, there is some stuff there. And I think once that gets installed, then we can maybe address maybe some acoustic treatment in there, try to figure out a way to make it look nice in there.
Excellent. And then is there, with this kind of weird relationship with the county owning the building, is there any talks of trying to acquire the building, or is the county even open to that conversation? Or
so it's kind of a bad thing in the sense that we kind of almost had to, in a sense, kind of threaten the county, Because in the deed, it says if we were to vacate the building for a year time, then the building and everything would actually revert back to the city. So, but we didn't know how that would work out. We didn't know if it would be better to have the county own the building or better to have the city own the building. We've tried to talk to them about acquiring the building, but I mean, I just don't think that the county's willing to do that. And then I just don't think that we have the funds to do it. It would be nice, but it'd be the maintenance and stuff like that, keeping up on the building and so on. I mean, if they fix the building for us and then turn it over to us, that would be great. But there's still a lot to be done to that building. So, and we didn't, like I said, we didn't realize if it would be better to have the city on it or better to have the county on it. I mean, it takes money either way. So.
Totally. Yeah. Thank you, Ivan. Anybody else have any questions for Ivan Brownell this morning? Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for letting us know what's happening down there. It seems like an exciting project, and what a nice space that you've made for our vets. It's really good.
Yeah, we're definitely proud of it. It's been a lot of work. Like I said, we are going to urge people to come in. Like I said, they can be a guest of a vet, and so on. And we are urging people to try to join the Sons of the Legion if they had a grandfather or father that was a veteran. And the daughters thing, I would have to check on that, but I think you could do the women's auxiliary, which, we have meetings there the first Thursday of every month. And we finally have got to have our first meeting again, which is great. And yeah, I mean, we definitely are trying to do some stuff with that building and make it more usable and let the community actually be involved in it. So
if we stop by, can we say, Ivan invited us?
I think so, to a degree. We're going to be a little lax on that. We've talked to the ABC quite a bit about it, and they have, the veterans have different rules. So the veterans have a completely different license than any other organization. I mean, it's a different license than the Elks. It's a different license than everybody. The veterans have a specific coded license for ABC, and it's a lot cheaper for us. We don't have to actually go buy one. We just apply for it. We had to go through a big long process of that, and it only costs us like $1,200 or something like that to do it. So.
Cool. All right. Well, when things start opening up, we're going down to the Vets Hall. Fireball shots. Ivan said we could be here.
Works for me.
All right. Cool. Thank you so much, Ivan.
All right. Thank you, guys.
You betcha. All right. As we get to the end of our meeting here, we're going to do a drawing. All right. We're going to dip into this magical mayonnaise jar and pull out a ticket with the name on it. Oh, my hand got lost in a dimensional void that's in the bottom of this mayonnaise jar. Will it come out? Yes, it will. Oh, he's not here, I don't think. Okay. He's not here. Freddie Robinson, is he still here? No, he dipped out. Okay. Okay. See, these people are just missing out on untold fortunes here. Don Jewett's here, though, isn't he? Yeah, he is.
$85.
85 big ones. Okay, Don.
Potentially millions.
What's that? Potentially millions. A good shake. Here we go. Good shake. Let's see. What's it going to be? We'll go with this one. Oh, gosh, it's the golden ball.
Golden ball, yeah.
$85 coming your way.
I've been waiting for that. Okay, so I'm $5 away from the Century Club.
Yes.
5 towards the Century Club.
Woo!
The other 80 can go to the foundation.
Okay. Okay.
Got that,
Wow.
Ross? Cool, dude.
Oh man. Oh,
yeah. And then there's more, so I can take Sherry out to lunch, right?
Ross is saying no. Oh man. We'll take her out to lunch anyway.
There's no sharing in Rotary.
Did you say there's no sharing or no sharing?
Right.
Okay, great.
I hope there's both Sherry's and sharing and Sharon for that matter. Why not? Okay, well, I guess it's that time to bid adieu. Everybody, it was an outstanding meeting. Thanks for showing up this week. Major fundraiser crew will meet on Friday morning like we've been doing. Just a quick check-in, take the pulse, and we'll keep moving forward. Have a wonderful Rotary day. Enjoy your Wednesday, everybody. Bye. This club meeting is adjourned.